At Walgreens, we know flu season can feel a little chaotic. So we're going to give you our flu info
in a meditation, keeping you calm, just like a certified Walgreens pharmacist will do if you're a little nervous. So walk in or schedule an appointment, and Walgreens will handle the rest.
That's the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
It's never too early for Lowe's Black Friday deals. Snag some of our biggest savings of the season right now, like 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees. And get yourself free select DeWalt, Cobalt, or Craftsman tools when you buy a select battery or combo kit before the Black Friday rush. Because everyone loves free stuff, right? Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Welcome to another episode of the Be Fierce and Try podcast. This is Jill Bartholomew, and I'm sitting here with three of my Run Disney compatriots. So why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Greg Hassler.
Nancy Talcott.
Kelly Talcott.
And today we're going to talk about the very recent, as in it finished this morning, Wine and Dine half marathon weekend, which had a 5K, a 10K, and a half. And I think all of us ran all three races, right?
Not me. I didn't run them.
Oh, that's right. You don't like 5Ks.
I will be all 5Ks next year.
That's right. You don't like fun runs.
I don't like 5Ks at 5 in the morning.
You like unfun runs.
I like 5Ks maybe at 9 in the morning.
But that's so hot. It's so late. Can we do them at 3 instead?
Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? The 5K?
Well, it's funny when you say starting at 5. Now, if a regular run starts at like 7 to me, which most do, I'm like, oh my God, that's so late.
Yeah, what are you going to do with your whole day?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You've lost your whole day I get it.
I feel that way with like New York Marathon has such late start times. I'm like, wait, if you started at 4:30 in the morning, you wouldn't have an issue with shutting down the town.
Yeah.
Of course, it might not work with the ESPN schedule.
Probably not. Yeah, we should start with the 5K though.
We should start with 5K. All right. So, but for starters, I started in corral A. You didn't do it.
I was in A.
You were in A. Where did you start?
I start with a group of runners who purposely start at the very, very end of the very last corral, and they're called DLS runners, and the group name is Villains.
And DLS stands for what?
Dead last start.
Dead last start.
So we start as far back as we can and then go from there.
So it's you and then the balloon ladies.
Yes. Although the 5K does not have balloon ladies. The 5K is untimed, really. So there's no time and you can take as long as you want.
Although I think that's changing next year, right?
Is it? Okay.
I know for Dopey, they announced that they're going to do proof of time for the 5K. For the 5K. But it was unclear if it was just marathon weekend or if it was like the new standard. I kind of hope it's the new standard.
5Ks can be a little crazy though, right? In corral A. People that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, right? I mean, we saw it this weekend, although it didn't seem as bad as I've seen in the past, where like you've got proper fast runners that are in A, and then you have, like Chad, right? He was top 20 at Springtime Surprise and the same weekend last year. And he was in B, C?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was very unhappy about it.
Yes.
He still today was letting us know how unhappy he was about the race 2 days ago. Yes.
And you have a lot of kids for the 5K because it's become the family run.
Right. But I think it started that way. Like in the history of Run Disney, my understanding was like it was the marathon and the fun run, family run, the 5K.
Okay.
And like everything else kind of built up from that was kind of the history lesson I heard, which may or may not be related to reality.
Is that Run Disney only, or is that in running?
No, Run Disney. That was what I heard.
Because there used to be a kids run, right? Like on Saturday,
I
that
feel
was
like
like a
before
2K.
COVID.
There was a 2K or something at ESPN.
Well, and they did bring it back for Disneyland.
Okay. But they did used to have it here.
Oh yeah, 2020.
Yes.
I know
I was gonna
2020.
say,
Yeah, 2020
I
they
think
had it here.
after COVID, it stopped.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it had like the rubber medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was for kids, right? I mean,
And it was like Saturday in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I never actually
I never had it, but I remember
I
seeing
didn't,
the
but I remember the
sign-ups for it.
schedule.
And then when my kids, got old enough and started coming to these, I was like, oh, they have a kids race. Oh, nope, just kidding. They don't anymore.
Yeah.
I hope that comes back though. I think that's cool.
I think
I
it's
thought it was
cool.
a good idea.
I think it's a good idea, especially for smaller kids.
Yes.
Like under 8 or something.
But I feel like there's pretty young kids in the 5K.
Well, that's the thing. There's no age limit in the 5K.
Yeah.
Like everything else has an age limit. But the 5K, because I guess they don't allow strollers, but I think they used to. Maybe. I might be imagining that. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I haven't seen any restrictions on that. I haven't looked either.
Are there a lot of kids in the back?
I think they're all over the place. We saw a lot. We stayed in the back and we went slowly, our group, because we decided we want to take advantage of every photo op with the Disney races. You can pose with characters and things like that. And it was nice doing that, not having the pressure of balloon ladies showing up who mark the end of the race. And if you get behind the balloon ladies, you can get swept. Not having the pressure of that. And, there were the guys on the bicycles and those crew, and they were just sort of hanging out and waiting for us and the other people. But there were a few people behind us. But when we went through Epcot, because the 5K mostly goes through Epcot, it was almost like our own private race because everybody else had already gone and it was just cleared out. It was so fun.
I mean,
I'd not done that before. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That is? Maybe I have to do it.
It's like, I mean, we're talking about like Zidans, right? So like you and I started, like our chip time is the clock time.
Right.
Right. And your chip time is like clock time plus an hour.
It's usually an hour and 5 minutes. It depends on the race. Yeah.
Right. And like standing next to me to one side was a guy that we were talking. He's like, I'm not that fast, but you're in the 8 corral. It's like, it's like, there's only one way to do that. It's to select the fastest time and then cross your fingers. Right. And little children who like, maybe they are fast, maybe they're not, but kind of seems dangerous to put like really small children at the front. But I mean, as long as I've been doing it, they've been up there.
Yeah.
It is funny. Like, the little kids though, they're like bat out of hell for like the first 400 meters. And then like, are we done yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I made it up to the first turn. And it's like, it's got to be over now.
Well, maybe that's like maybe that's an outcome of not having a kids race anymore.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it still is difficult to, you have to bring up the topic of registration.
Oh God.
It's still, if you have a family that you're trying to get in, I have to believe it is not easy.
Oh, it's not.
Because you'd have to do the registration for each person.
Right.
Don't you individually?
No.
Can you do a whole family?
No, you can do the whole family at once. I've had to register, like John and Ashton for races. And, you'll go in and register like the first person. And then there's an option at the bottom to add another participant.
Okay.
But it takes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the time it takes to fill out the form
to do like 4 people. You're in there for like at least 10 minutes.
And the other challenge is you don't know if those spots are going to be gone by the time you check everybody out.
That's right.
They don't save. It's not like one of these things where they save these tickets for you until you buy them. Like if you're going on Ticketmaster or something like that.
Yeah. That would make a lot of people happier to see your spot is on hold for 14
at least
minutes.
at least you see the ticker, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't do this.
And you can go all the way through that and put your credit card in because it's happened to me and you hit the pay and it's like all of a sudden, you can't get this race anymore.
Right.
And that's very stressful, especially when you're registering other people.
Yeah. Other people are counting on you to
Yes.
get into the race.
Yes. Yeah. It was like Princess last year or 2 years ago. I was registering John and one of my best friends and I think Addison maybe. And I was like sweating bullets the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to let any of them down.
Yep.
Yeah. I was successful on that one, but I had the stress of it because, you hear all the horror stories. It does seem to be selling out like more slowly than it used to. And I heard the participation this weekend was much higher. Yeah. For the 10.5.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it only went to like E or F for the 5K.
Okay.
But
that's
I think
still a lot.
Definitely G today.
But that's because it's on Friday too, right? I think you have to take into the day of the count the day.
I don't know. It's 5 a.m.
But there's local. I know, but
Yeah, no,
I think
no.
some of the locals might not.
No,
be
you're right. I know a lot of people at
because-
Marathon Weekend who run
goofy because
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard like completely anecdotally that there was around 7,000 bibs for the 5K, or that there's normally around 7,000 bibs, and this week is like 13. Like that's right. And for the 10 and a half, I think last year there was like 13, and this year I heard there was 16 or 17. I don't know if it's true or not, but just looking around, it felt like it was a lot bigger. And I like Wine and Dine usually because it's like the more chill weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was like quite as chill this week.
I
as
was
it
going to
normally
say
is.
the half was not as chill.
No, we were saying that.
You know, when
We were in the corral.
in the corral, I know we're jumping races
it's
now,
fine.
but the half, I felt the crowd much more intense it was more like marathon weekend, right?
No, you're
crowd
right.
Was pretty intense getting up there.
Yeah, like the last like 10 minutes before.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And people were focused, you know.
Yes.
I mean, people, even though there were a lot of people in costumes and everything.
I didn't see any elite bibs,
No.
which like usually there's
there's a couple come in at the end and go to the
yeah,
front.
because there's what like 20. I think it's like 10 male, 10 female bibs they give
Yeah.
out. And I didn't see any this weekend.
I think there was a woman that was standing a little bit back, kind of in yellow or orange, because she was like the first woman. When I was running out past towards the parking lot,
Okay.
I saw her coming, and I recognized her because she was up there near us. And
Okay.
I think she had a single digit bib.
Oh,
So
then yeah, that would.
I think that's elite.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
it
single
used to
digits.
say elite on.
Oh, I don't know if it said elite
Yeah.
on it or
Yeah,
not.
but
It was a single digit.
But
because,
yeah, single digits.
because she took Chad's place. Chad said, "Oh, you have a single digit bib." Or
Gotcha.
Let her stand in front of
Yes,
him.
I know there's a local that's in my age group that she's usually on one of the elite bibs. I didn't see her this time around.
Do you know? Just curious. Is elite bib based on proof of time, or is there more to it than proof of time?
What I've heard might not be true is that it's
More than
just
that?
the top 10 proof of times male female.
Okay. Because there's no prize.
I think they get like an acrylic
Oh.
trophy or like
Okay.
plaque or something.
But no monetary award.
No.
It is now.
No.
So,
They used to give you plaques before COVID if
They
you
mail
placed
them
in your
now.
age group.
but now you
And-
get it.
Oh no, now it's just overall.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you don't get anything if you're.
no, but they used to, and it was nice. Like they'd mail it, and you get a plaque, and it would say what
That's
place you were.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it would have the theme.
There are like 10 of them.
But they stopped that after COVID.
So how many do you have on the show?
I don't know. I just started doing them to 18, 17. I did my first one.
Wow.
I didn't even know they had weekends, and it wasn't like a scramble to sign up back then.
No.
Yeah.
Kelly like randomly said one day, "Oh, do you want to do a half?" I wasn't even running, and I was like, "Okay."
You remember that used to have like the tiered pricing, and it
Yes.
actually
yeah.
and it actually meant something.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it went up, and I think the 2019 or 2020 half marathon, I think I registered for it in like November.
Well, the 2020 Dopey was my first Dopey that I ran.
So you do 5Ks.
I do them for
Yes,
Dopey.
dude.
I do them for Dopey, and when I'm platinum, I will do them. They'll be included.
The video is playing funny things today.
So I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but when I signed up for my first Dopey, it was like, I think I'm going to do this. And then I researched it and I looked online at what people did. And it was like 2 weeks later, I was like, yeah, I'm going to sign up. I mean, the registration was open.
And it was a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper too.
It was a lot cheaper. All right. So the 5K. So similar course that we've done in the past.
5K?
The 5K, right?
Yeah,
First mile, go out,
going
take
out.
a right, get past the buses, backstage, wave at test track. But there was no other backstage on it, right? We were entirely in the park.
I think most of it is.
Yeah, I think we were
Usually,
entirely in the park. 'Cause remember, like when they were building Guardians and the thing in the middle that took over where the
Moana.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
wherever the fountain used to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it went all over and lots of backstage. But now we go out the front entrance, kind of.
But you didn't do the wraparound in 5K, right? You don't go out onto the road.
No.
No.
You go
That's only the 10K.
you go on the road to begin with.
Yeah.
Past where the buses pick people.
Past
And
the
then-
buses,
and
but
then you-
then
Right,
back,
but
Garden.
but
it's
immediately into
Yeah.
the park.
right,
Mhm.
but it's the road that like borders the parking lot, not the highway.
Yeah, and you're not out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not out.
Right. And the 10K kind of teed into that.
But you ran out onto the
Right. You went out on the highway. On the 10K, we went out on the highway, came back. And then from there, it was like largely the 5K plus the kind of loop around boardwalk.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I just stabbed myself in where my cell phone chafed my leg during the run today.
Okay. If we're going there on athletic gear, I have a pair of shorts that I bought that the cell phone, it's in the internal pocket versus the external pocket. And it always, I guess I need to use it more because it always reps and makes it that spot. I think it's maybe because I have the camera turned in.
I don't know. I don't know.
But it hurts. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, these shorts I've been running in the last year, like I generally like them, but my phone will, if I put my phone in my pocket, it'll chafe. Like the bottom corner of it will chafe.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it's not like it's pulling pants down and like camera in, camera out doesn't seem to matter.
But you always keep it in your shorts.
Well, I usually carry it in my hand, but today, for whatever reason, I put it in my pocket.
Oh, see, I run with mine in the pocket. And so it just, it's the material, I think.
I have a pouch that I stick mine in. I used to use an armband, but I had like a permanent scrape.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just was rough against right where my elbow is.
Oh, yeah. I tried those ones.
I tried them once too. The ones with Velcro.
Yeah, and I had just like a permanent
I had
cut
a burn,
right where it was here.
Like it moved just enough that I didn't like that. And then I tried a belt for a while.
Yeah, but the belt, they like press on your belly.
No, I didn't like it. And so I got to the point where I just buy shorts that I can put the phone in.
Yeah. I don't know. Lately, I've been buying more of those like flasks, like the silicone flasks and the silicone water bottles. You know, just empty a bunch of gels in one of those.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need pockets. I need like a pocket now.
You need a pocket.
I need a pocket. And that's enough for marathon. All right. So 10K.
10.
What did we think?
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like the 10K route. I feel like
I liked
in
the
the
change
parks.
in the route.
Well, there was a little bit of road running, which is fine.
I mean, there's always road.
Yeah. And it wasn't that much. And I thought the route inside the parks was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I would love if like on the 10K, some of the, like a couple of years ago, the Wine and Dine 10K and the one at springtime, it goes out, does the loop around Hollywood Studios and then comes back. Like it would have been fabulous had it done that this weekend instead of 5K on the highway and 5K in the parks. But
yeah,
I thought it was better than last year.
Well, I mean, you have, the gold standard of 10Ks, and I've only done it once, is the Disneyland 10K.
Yeah.
For park
that
time.
actually is good for park time.
Because
you run through like every ounce of space in the park, and then I think you also get the full tour of backstage.
Yeah. And you have to go outside to get in, and then you come out and down.
It's about a mile to get to the park.
Yeah, it's like a mile to get to the park.
Yeah, that gate where you turn right is like the marker one is like right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'm just saying, like, so when you think about if they were to go straight into, I would think they could potentially go straight into Epcot, right? And run what we did and then go all the way up to Hollywood Studios.
I mean, they've done that in the past.
And come back and you would be almost 10K.
I mean, they probably still would need like, I'm trying to think. I know we've run that before.
Yeah.
I think it still does that like mile or 2 mile like
loop.
Yeah,
outside.
like we did this morning.
Yeah.
I think it does that like.
But that's a shorter.
2 miles?
That was the shorter loop though. This morning, I think.
Yes.
Than yesterday. I think it's long.
But yeah.
In front of Epcot. In front of the one in front of Epcot.
Yeah. Yesterday was a grand tour, the highway outside Epcot.
Yeah.
Although the change in route for the half marathon from the one we've run the last couple, it seems like this race every year the half marathon's slightly different.
Yeah.
Is like 2 years ago it had like a long out and back on the highway, and like I remember witnessing people even in like A and B corrals, like course cutting. It's like it was only like a half mile, 3/4 mile out, and then back. But still, like if you cut there, it's like a mile and a half.
I think when they came out with the map, Tony said that. He's like, there's a lot of places for people to course.
Oh yeah, running today.
Yeah.
In that spot in Hollywood Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
spot?
where we had, remember, you come in Hollywood Studios, do like the little tour toward heading, to the left of the park. And then as we're going in, like, as we're approaching Galaxy's Edge, there was two-way traffic.
Oh yeah, there was two-way traffic.
Yeah. It's like, it's like, wow, that would be so easy to like, just, like some dude, you're tying your shoe. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're going to go the other way, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You did.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
I just don't understand that.
I don't understand
I've seen
that.
people do it in the marathon out by Blizzard Beach.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'd understand why you do that at Blizzard Beach.
Yeah. Like
the parking lot. I'm coming into the parking lot.
I'll be honest.
Turn around and go. I'll
be honest though, like today, I was really skeptical, like everybody else was, of the little half tour of the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind. We've never run in that direction on that road before.
No.
It felt like we were running uphill in both directions.
Yes.
I think we might have been running uphill in both directions. But like the little tour of the parking lot, aside from the fact that I'm like, where they give out the
just talking about it at the 10K, how like Jill lost the crown.
Yeah.
I made the same mistake in Disneyland because we were handing, stingers, great. I love the waffles. And I opened it up and it's these gels. Yeah. And they were awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. See, like coming in there though, that because they have the table on the one side with the, you come in and there's the table with the nutrition, whatever they're giving out on that race. And then on the other side of the parking lot is the water.
Right.
And like in my head, as we're coming in, it's always in the opposite order. Oh. So I'm always so disappointed when I'm like, no, you are supposed to be water. I don't want your sport beans or your stingers or whatever you're giving. I want water.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was that bad either. It
that whole parking lot thing,
could be the whole mindset of usually when you hit that.
It's like mile 20 or 21, right?
Yes. You're like,
you're
bottoming out. You're bottoming out kind of. And you have, and it's the whole parking lot. And when you see the whole parking lot, it's like.
Right. It's the whole parking lot. And you just had that from the exit of Animal Kingdom to there, which is all highway with no shade.
That's like, I don't even know where I am.
Yeah.
Whenever I run down that road, I'm like, are we still at Disney?
Yeah. Across the street from Coronado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know where the road is now. I'm just to the western here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's like a bridge you run across and you're in the trees, but it's just, it's just not Disney. It doesn't feel like.
I didn't realize it today till I looked up and saw the big sign, see you at Typhoon Lagoon. And I was like, oh, we're at Blizzard Beach.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, for me, I've not run any marathons. I've never been to Blizzard Beach. So until today, I was a Blizzard Beach virgin. I am no longer a Blizzard Beach virgin. So it was fun. But also another good opportunity on that whole stretch for course cutting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was total.
Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting, the map wasn't, the map was pretty vague. So the way the map, just from previous experiences in that, I was expecting them to close the whole road and us to be on one side of the divided highway heading in and the other side heading out, which is what they do in the marathon. Right. But we also are only on that, heading inside. We're only on that road for a mile, half a mile before the turnaround.
But before you hit the turnaround to go back.
Right.
Your perspective is from Group A, where you don't have a lot of people in front of you.
Yeah.
My perspective is from all the way in the back.
Yeah.
And I found it odd that we were running along a highway, and usually when you're on these highways, that's when things open up when you're starting from the back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have tons of people in front of you. Here we were running along half of the highway. So there was half going one direction, half going the other, coming back. And it was almost more crowded. It was almost like running in the parks to some extent. So from somebody who's starting at the back, that's the kind, you were dealing with people who were stopping, who were not paying attention to, moving to the right when they're slowing down and that sort of thing. And it got quite crowded.
From a dead last start perspective, is like that area that's always congested, right between the hotels and Hollywood Studios.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You go down
from after the boardwalk until Hollywood
Studios.
Studios.
Narrow in there.
Yeah.
I mean, do you just have to stick where you are, or
you just kind of deal with it because there's really not many options. You can go off to the one side sometimes. This time they had put up signs and fencing along the right-hand side, so you couldn't like go onto the grass. There were some opportunities there, but otherwise you just kind of stick it out. Yeah.
It's only like a quarter of a mile, but still,
feels longer.
It feels like I'm sure it feels like forever when you're like,
yeah.
Well, no, I mean that stretch from Boardwalk, the end, the stretch from when we get off of Boardwalk, to when we come out at the buses,
at Hollywood Studios.
That's like a mile and a half.
Well, it's got to be a frustrating.
It's very crowded, and you just you're used to it if you do this a lot.
You just know.
It's gonna get clogged, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I feel like they've tried to make it better because it used to be entirely on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, they had put in that crossover, so it's like on the sidewalk, but the sidewalk's a little bit wider, and then it crosses over onto the road in the resort area itself. That section there used to be entirely on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it got super narrow. Like 2020, 2021, I was running that section on one of the races, and there was one of the bikers was right next to me, and there was a person in front of me going slower than me, but it's like because the cyclist was there, and he's doing his job, medical, keep an eye out for people. Like there's no place to go.
Yeah, you're just stuck,
and that was for May.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked at the Facebook forums, but I'm fairly positive that there's going to be feedback again on that section, like there is after every single race.
Yeah.
I have to ask. So, what was your total mileage today?
Today?
Yeah.
Check my phone.
That's no fun.
Yeah, I'll let you know my watch is malfunctioning, right? 11.6.
Really?
Was it
11.6?
You cut.
I was like, so confident.
You cut.
Interesting.
So wait. So you took all the course cutting opportunities, and you still had that time? That takes work.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason why I asked is I'm like, from A, we can largely run the line.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you see on the groups, like this weekend, there's a lot of it, especially yesterday. Like, the course is long because some people were running like 7 miles, 6 3/4. Like now, my watch recorded yesterday like 6.31, which feels right considering I stopped at some of the characters. Right?
That over. It was
it was like a 10th.
Yeah,
and like all marked course, all certified courses slightly long.
Yeah,
but like it didn't feel like it was mismarked yesterday. But some people, but like if you're starting later in the group, then there's going to be more ducking and weaving.
Right.
Less perfect line.
It's constant ducking and weaving, and it all adds up. I don't know what my mileage was today, but it was routinely longer than what the race is supposed to be. And I see those posts on the forums too. People don't understand it. Apparently when they measure these, they do the shortest possible route.
Yeah, most certified runs is they measure the perfect line.
Right.
Where like most local races, many local races, they just measure the center of the road.
What did your watch say
today? Well, I did stop at the Mandalorian and Frozen, both of which were like significantly off.
I was going to say, you have to go in for Mandalorian.
Yes. Yes. Both of those individually added almost a 10, but I was 13.45.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I think mine was more. I had to go off to go to the bathroom. So that's, when running on the grass.
Yeah, but that's pretty perfect almost, right? Because if you add 0.2, that you're like...
I usually run a pretty good line. The 5K, I think my watch was 3.11.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm getting a new watch, so...
Yes, one that knows how to measure...
One that doesn't count the course cutting.
I haven't seen that yet.
That would be a smart watch.
Pay extra for that.
Just have to draw the line.
That's a lot.
I know, but
I assumed.
But I'm frustrated when you get back and it's like, well, you did 11-minute miles. Well, I could have been. I probably wasn't doing 11-minute miles.
No,
I was 152.
I've seen you run.
I was 152. Was my time.
So I was a minute behind you, I think.
You're right behind me.
And I hit Every single character. It's very cool.
I didn't think the lines were long for the
No,
crowd.
the
The
lines
first
weren't
one,
long.
but after that, it was empty.
The first two had long lines.
Right.
And then they got to where they were almost known.
Sleeping Beauty, and then I felt like after her.
Yeah.
No, there was never a line.
Yeah, like there's like 3 lines that I waited in. And then I would say at least the last 10K, if not more. If there was more than one person in a line, it would have been exceptional.
But this goes back to, I think, my initial thinking. The group, the Corral A was much more intense.
Yeah, so
because we were at the front of Corral A, and when you get there, those people, there might be 1 or 2 that you see at every stop.
Yeah.
But everybody else is just.
Yeah, you're right. There are definitely people stopping less.
And it could be, I don't know this, but we might have had a more intense crowd this year at Wine and Dine because it is not the weekend of New York.
Yeah, I think that's.
They could have put some people in that normally would. The intense runners, sorry.
I mean, I think that there's some truth to that, though.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people won't do, even if they're doing Wine and Dine, they won't do the half because they're doing New York.
Yeah.
Like, I think I knew of like at least 4 people last year who did the 5K, 10K here, then got on a plane up to New York and ran New York Marathon.
Yeah. Or this year, it doesn't overlap. So
yeah,
they should keep it that way.
I think it's a good idea to not overlap.
I'm like, I want to run New York, but I'm not.
I have a dream of it, but
I'm not going to not run.
Springtime's Boston weekend though this year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably not going to.
I'm not in danger.
I'm not. Yeah, there's no danger. Did you hear the 152?
Well, that was you lollygagging.
Well,
with your nutritionless plan.
It was because I didn't drink, of course.
How did you not drink on this
pretty
course?
hot.
Every single aid station, I took 2 sips.
I looked at it and I was like, I'm going to gag if I drink this.
Oh,
what?
Yes.
I could say skipping the Powerade.
Yeah.
Every aid station, I took exactly 2 sips of the sickeningly sweet Powerade.
2 sips.
Yeah, I just did the one.
I came home and I had a glass of orange juice.
Then half of whatever they put into a cup of water, dumped the rest of the cup down my back, then got another cup of water and dumped that down my back.
I did see a woman at Blizzard Beach who mistakenly grabbed a cup of Powerade and dumped it on her head, which was
now that's
amusing.
the way I usually look when I do drink Powerade. It splashes down my front.
See, I suddenly have, blue. There was one where like the lady didn't want to give me the second cup of water. She's like, "You already have a cup of water."
no way.
It's water.
You don't run out.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I'm taking the cup of water.
Wow.
I mean, it's the same thing in like the finisher shoot, the bottles of water.
Mm.
Every once in a while, you'll find someone who's like, as I usually grab 2 bottles. Every once in a while, they don't want to give you the second bottle, but they're happy to give you like 9 bottles of Powerade.
Yeah.
There was one 5K where they said you couldn't take both.
Really?
You had to pick. I think one of our kids said that they said, "Oh no, for the 5K, you had to pick water or Powerade."
So Ashton said that last year they gave him a hard time.
Yeah.
When he went to grab one, and then he went to the next person and took it anyways.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, is it that volunteer doing what they think is the right thing?
Yeah.
Or is it like actual instruction from Disney?
Who knows?
I'm gonna go with the first.
Yeah.
But you
I was gonna say, I feel like
You talked about the intensity in the crowds, and that's kind of one of the reasons that Dead Last Start exists. And I'm not necessarily qualified to talk about its origins because I've only been doing it for about a year, but my understanding is the thought was, hey, what happens if we start at the very end of the corral? We don't freak out about whether we're going to be in B or C, and we don't go in there and scrum with everybody else until everything's right,
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, and everybody's pushing, trying to get to the front. And let's see what happens. And that's kind of what got this started.
So there's 2 things that I love about the fact that people do the Dead Last Start. One is it shows that you can run a decent time from the back.
From the back.
yeah.
It's like at the Disney races, you listen to all the Facebook gossip, and it's all like, oh, if you're not in A, you can't run a good time. It's like, no, you can run a Boston qualifier from the back. It's been done before. The other is the metrics that Brian shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the metrics of how many people got you past or past. So it's
or how many people you were able to pass from when you started. And that for me was originally the fun part. And then as I kept doing them, and like I said, I've only been doing them for a year. So I started in November last year. So this is full circle for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've made a lot of like Facebook friends, and it's good to see these same people coming back race after race after race.
Yeah.
They do good things. They raise money for each other. They had a group of them, a big group in Chicago that raised over $200,000 for cancer research.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
impressive.
there's a lot of mutual support and friendliness in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like even this weekend, we ran an additional 5K after the 10K because one of the villains, his company was sponsoring something over by Margaritaville. It's a local 5K. And he's like, well, this may be a stupid idea, but why don't we go do the 5K after the 10K? And there were about 20 of us that agreed that it was a stupid idea. We were going to do it anyway. And Nancy came along for that. So, but that's also
do it next time.
But
I'll do it next time.
But that's also like the difference between starting a 5K at 5 in the morning and 9 in the morning, because it was a much hotter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
No, I'm sure it was.
And then you're running through just kind of like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's so different and much, much smaller, but it was fun to do.
So
Sure, it'd be fun.
So the intensity was interesting this morning.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on the course, but afterwards in the like lines taking pictures, everyone was going up to each other, like talking about the race. Cause I mean, you settle into a group.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was this one lady, she ran so consistently her pace the entire race. Like I probably could have set up a watch by her, and I would pass her, and then I'd go off, take a picture,
right,
and then come back and pass her.
Yep.
And then I'd go off, take a picture, and then come back out and pass her again. And like she was like so super consistent, and she happened to be in front of me in one of the lines, and I said to her, I'm like, you are amazingly like consistent on your pace out there, like a machine. And she's like, yeah, you passed me 500 times. She's like, I was measuring my pace by if you were in front of me or behind me. And like, that's funny how like people use each other as like a gauge for how things are going. Because then she's like, you had on a pink top yesterday, huh? I said, yeah. I said, we were doing the same game yesterday too.
Oh, it was the same person.
It was the same lady. And she started, I think, like right behind us.
Okay.
Yesterday. I was like through the whole race practically from the beginning. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a good crowd though. I mean, it's always a good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like about this race.
I didn't see as much drama online. So normally no one getting called out for being rude in corrals that I saw.
No, I felt like, though at the beginning, I don't know, maybe I'm just paying less attention to it, but it felt like.
Well, you have a chatty group you hang out with.
I have a chatty group. I guess we're chatty. That's what it is. Because it used to just seem like, I don't know, you were more into the DJ. I don't know. Maybe you just paid attention.
Well, no.
Announcers.
I think, we've got Chad. He pays attention enough to the DJ for all of us.
Chad dances even on not good dance songs.
Well, he was dancing to whatever that Baby in the Tramp song was. And I'm
like,
how can you dance like
that? I love him, but like he was cracking me up because afterwards he was, I was in the lines to get pictures, and he's sitting there by himself, dancing in front of the DJ on the stage there. He's just having the time of his life. It was great.
So we finished close to each other, and he said from dancing he had 8,000 steps before the race started.
Yeah,
8,000 steps.
Well, you said that you were like, I don't know how he goes and runs, he doesn't use all his energy.
I'm sure he's warm when he starts, but I'm like,
yeah, no, it's like nonstop.
It's for me, it's 23,000 steps, give or take. So it's a third.
So he and I were comparing because he said the same thing to me. At the time, I had 23,337 steps.
Okay, we had exactly because I was at 23.
And he was at like 30 something. And I'm like, dude. And I told him, I said, it's not from the dancing. It's because you just have like a really tiny stride.
Oh, no, he's pretty tall.
Yes,
so
he is.
He's got a bigger stride.
I don't know. That's one of the problems I have. My turnover is on the slow side. So I end up with like a long stride
Okay.
and slow turnover. And like I'd be less injury prone if I could reverse that a bit.
That's more Nancy.
Well, she has to have high turnover.
Yeah,
She's like 3
have high
feet
turnover.
tall.
Ouch.
Ow.
True.
Ow. Ow.
The truth,
Ow.
the truth hurts.
No, well, but it's the high turnover. It's high turnover, not giant strides, because I see people, you can hear them coming.
Oh, yeah.
With the giant strides. And
Yes,
usually they
yes.
have the Nike shoes or whatever they are. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who's coming? And how big are they? And
Although
it's
a lot
just the
of
shoes.
Yeah, but a lot of that's like core form too. It's
Yeah.
like it's not just like heel striking, just like
But the shoes are loud.
Slong.
Like, they have to be.
Slong.
When they first came out with the vapor flies, right? You could always hear somebody in vapor flies.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
heavy footsteps or just
it
like
just says the
squeaky?
shoe.
Yeah,
It's
it just
the
makes
shoe.
noise.
It's the
Okay.
noise of
Yeah.
the shoe. It's the noise of the shoe. Do you have vapor flies?
I used to.
You probably didn't. I mean, you wouldn't notice it when you're running. It's just when you're
No,
used
like
to
you said,
running
if
and-
it's quiet and someone's
'cause
coming up.
I'm quiet,
behind.
and my shoes are usually,
Yeah.
my shoes aren't.
Although I wore the same shoes today that I wore at Kona. There, like the road surface was super hot
Kona.
at Kona, and at some point in the energy lab there, a little chunk got removed from the sole of my shoe. And anytime the shoe was wet, I hear squeak, squeak,
Oh.
squeak, squeak from the foam compressing onto the pavement. And so this morning, I totally forgot about it. And, we got into Blizzard Beach and I was just drenched between the water I was throwing on me and the sweat that was exiting me in copious quantities. Like I was sopping wet. It looked like I had gone for a swim. And all of a sudden, squeak, squeak, all the way to the finish line.
You were only like halfway by then. Well, what was it?
No.
Or more than halfway.
Blizzard
Two-thirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard
Two-thirds.
Beach was at like mile 9.
Yeah.
9,
Not like-
10, something.
No, it was 7.
No, you're right. It was.
No, it was
because
because I had to get in the
8 was
bathroom
on the
right
bridge
before
coming
9.
back out.
And we were
I was
there.
going to say, because
Yeah.
we kind of turned around and
Yeah.
I was surprised when we turned off the road. Well, sorry, when we turned back to head back to Epcot.
Yeah.
On the map, there was a symbol for the water, a W, symbol for the fuel, an F,
Yeah.
and then 7 in between. So people were making
Yeah.
a joke that
Yep.
was WTF. With the 7 as the T, we got to go through Blizzard Beach.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
remember marker 8 was like at the top of the bridge on the way back to the highway.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
I remember turning, as we were like running down towards, I remember turning around to see what the marker was.
Well, and I knew where Tony was going to meet us was going to be mile marker 11. That's always.
Yeah, I could
okay?
see him coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him coming down. He was awesome.
I was
He
looking.
awesome again today.
Yeah.
Like,
He's an amazing spectator. I know
Yeah.
he hates it, but he's an amazing spectator.
oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
But right beforehand, there was a group that was like blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I went through that and I'm like, bubbles, bubbles. Yeah, Tony had an interesting observation. He's like, generally the men were like, bubbles, do we not do this? And generally the women were like, bubbles.
All I know is after I passed Tony, a woman at the side said, "You are smiling so big." And I'm like, "How big you going?"
Yeah.
Smile.
I know.
Huge after Tony.
Yeah.
Like, you got that.
Yeah.
That was a very good impression of him.
Yes.
I hope he doesn't watch the video.
He could have been here.
He could have been here.
Could have been here and give us a real demonstration.
Yes.
of-
He even said he was going to be here, and then he blamed it on his poor wife, who was still on the course when he decided he actually wasn't going to come participate.
One day he will participate.
One day he will participate. We'll get him one day. But Sharon usually does, but timing for her
Yeah.
didn't
Timing.
work out.
Well, it's because the race took double what she normally
Well, yeah,
takes, right?
yeah.
So,
So
but that's impressive. Walking the whole thing.
Yeah.
I still hats off to somebody who can walk
Oh.
a half marathon.
yeah, I mean, just like think about the amount of time that you're out there. Like she had a fast walk, and she was out there for more than double any of us.
We walked around. We did this thing, the Great Saunter, where you walk around Manhattan. And it's like 32 miles. So it's not that much further than a marathon.
Yeah.
And we did it in 8 hours.
That's a lot.
It was harder than a marathon.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
fast, though. 8 hours.
Yeah. We walked fast, but it was harder than a marathon. And I
Roughly
was
16
way more
minutes.
sore.
I can only imagine I don't know what this muscle is here, but for me, when I walk fast, that muscle,
Your
like,
shin.
well, there's a muscle here somewhere because it's not just my leg that's hurting. I'm just telling you about that.
But you're right. Time on your feet. Like, I'm telling you, I was so much more sore than any marathon.
And the heat, because the sun was up. Like, the sun was not anywhere close to up when.
Yeah.
So while like the ABC folks get kind of probably not totally unfairly bashed for being mean, still like, well, if you've got like someone who doesn't belong in the corral, like they're gonna get bulldozed. And that, like the 5K, there was I saw complaints. Those mean fast runners. Now, like, all right, well,
the 5K, it's because they didn't have proof of time.
And it's like not wrong because like the fast runners are going to run out fast, and if you're in their way, they're going to go around you, through you, or over you.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't have the fastest start, like I don't have a fast start. It takes me a half mile to get
into your groove
going. I'm intimidated by the other people. It's just the crowd.
You're like the tallest person on the line, and you're intimidated by the other people.
Crowd.
Yes,
just the intensity,
and everybody just going out all at once. Just
I love starts. Have you not noticed?
You love being at the very front of the start group, and you love. I mean, that's the way you thrive.
Yeah,
and some people. I tried it, and I was there at the very front. I think on the marathon, and I said,
"Yeah, you were."
See, I would love to have my picture taken, and I would love to be up there in front. But by the time I hit that first turn, I feel like everybody just wants to.
Yeah,
they're like, "You've got gray hair," and I just want to run. I just want to run you over.
I don't think it's your hair. I think it's that you're somebody that is in front of you.
It probably is. I don't hold it against them because, they're running faster than me, and they're probably going to run the whole race faster than me.
Right.
Some of them. Some of them you see on the side.
They probably also feed themselves through the race.
Yeah, but not at the beginning.
Hey, I'm going to continue to get the jog zone until you decide that you're going to eat and drink while you're on a run.
Of course.
Yeah.
I grabbed the food.
And
the stingers?
I have them in my hotel room.
Yes. You grabbed them and shoved them in your pocket and did nothing with it.
But that's because you said they were bad. So I was like, well.
Good Lord.
I don't know if I.
See, he was going to eat today.
I had it all planned in my head.
I should know that. I should know this, right? It's always my fault. It doesn't matter what it is. It's always,
I probably would not. I'm not a good eater.
So back to the start.
Oh,
we went off in left field about your lack of nutrition.
Yes. But I think that it just is intense. Like, I started back by Nancy, and then all the people, like when they put that rope forward, and the people that want to lunge forward when the rope goes, what? It's probably okay because they're going to do the same thing as soon as the rope drops.
Yeah.
You see, but so I looked back and I'm like, I couldn't find either one of you.
Oh yeah, when we had moved up.
You get lost in the sea.
I could see you,
but I
can see you.
You're taller
because you turned around. You took some photos. The girl took some photos of you.
Yeah.
That's the part of being in a corral that I never liked. Just standing there for a while, and then all of a sudden, when somebody, it's like a lemming-like thing. When somebody decides it's time to start moving forward, everybody moves forward, and they just compress up there. And that happens back in C or D or whatever I was in. Back in the day. And when you DLS it, that goes away.
And I don't know, but I do think maybe this is from when I wasn't in A, but I thought they used to put A over and we walked.
They did.
Yes.
And that was always chaotic.
Yeah.
That was super chaotic.
They stopped that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it seems like, so there was one race. I was in A. I remember it happening. As we marched over, so it was like A through F, and F is, they do it, they do the corrals in a way that like the last corral is the closest one to the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't have like the stage over here and like this huge vacant area. And the last
corral. Yeah.
But someone from that last corral hopped the fence into the A group.
Today?
No, this was
Oh.
years ago.
when we used to. Remember
Oh,
when we
yeah.
used to walk
Yeah,
around,
when we
they would
walked
swing
around, yeah.
It would be like
Right.
Yeah, that
The
did
net,
get a little
so that was
crazy.
on like 5K maybe. And then the next day they had the A corral was on the other side of the buses. You know, the buses that line the side.
Yeah.
We were like over there.
Really?
No screen, no speakers. We were totally oblivious to what
Yes.
was going on until they told us to move into the
into position.
into position. And then the next day, the half, I think it was actually one of them. The next day, the half was a little bit better. They'd moved us again, but this time we had a non-working screen and sort of working speakers. But it was a little bit better because we could see the stage. Because we were like out there on our own. We couldn't see anything. Everybody was complaining. And then like from that race on,
we've been.
They never did. You know, they always had. Since then, they've had a start where it does,
which I think that's the right thing.
That makes sense.
It does make
a lot of sense because then they don't have to move a corral.
Right. Although the corral movement was always kind of neat, you know, as the faster corrals, you know, kind of march past all the other corrals.
They got to see this is what A's look like.
Okay,
this is what you can aspire to.
You could be like us.
Well, that's a perspective. I always thought it was neat because you got to like cheer on the other corrals, but because we don't see them running, right? It was the one time where we could hoot and holler at them.
Did you hoot and holler at them?
Maybe.
I don't know what I did. I think I probably walked past them.
I mean that's on brand.
That is totally me. It's
that's
like,
on brand.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I am just here.
I'm a total shy introvert, so I would never.
I know you are. I know you are.
Never
So you would never talk to anybody or wave at them.
No, never do that.
I think I was trying not to get trampled. Then
I was
people are trying to make their way.
Was like the start.
Yes.
I lost my shoe on.
Yeah.
I lost my shoe on two races from everyone's like on each other's heels.
Yes,
trying
literally.
not to lose position.
Yeah.
Flat tired you.
Yes.
If you were at the very front, you could grab onto the rope.
Well, I was at the very front, and I still had my shoe from my foot first
when
and
they swung around.
Yeah,
that's always
people
ran.
That's
where
the
it
thing.
was.
People were trying to move up, so I'm like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Although it's like today, is very orderly, and then people started to compress up, and suddenly, where did you come from, man?
Yeah.
No, that's where my ass is. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Go find your own place.
yeah.
It's like you have to defend.
But it's like when that rope moves, because it moves twice if you're at the very front.
Yeah.
It moves 2 times. If you are focused on your race and it moves and you're not aware that it's moving, I mean, there's 100 people in front of you. Just
yeah.
It went fast yesterday.
Yes.
I think we were like, what?
Well, yeah. And today it was just once they because they put it out and you don't know when.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, okay, move them
Well,
up.
and this time around, it felt like on all the races this weekend, they put it out a lot earlier than they usually do.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, normally they put it out just a couple of minutes before and they moved
This time they moved it.
Because it was out for a half hour today.
Yeah. It was, I think it was 4:15 or something. They put it out.
Oh,
It
yeah. So it is more.
It was 45 minutes. It was really.
But I do seeing the Walt Disney folks assemble and get started. It's a good vantage point.
Yeah.
It's a good vantage point. And it seems like the Walt Disney people have been really, really elite recently. Because before I've been where, they're kind of in the crowd.
Yeah.
They're in the crowd. And I mean, I didn't run past a single one, I don't think, today.
You had to. I ran past a couple.
Then I wasn't focused on it.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about.
But sometimes, at the marathon weekend, there was people that I passed.
Yeah,
and I'm very nervous about them being right behind me on a big hill.
Yeah, and there's one that I know I ran past her yesterday, and again,
there's one I ran past yesterday. I don't know that because it was out by the boardwalk.
Okay, yeah,
near a character, because she got in line for the character, and she was trying to be very careful that she wasn't cutting in line.
She was on a hand cycle.
Yeah,
it's probably the same girl.
Yeah,
and she I like they're usually really vocal.
Yeah.
This one, and people are usually pretty good at giving them space, but I think they're there wasn't a lot of them.
There wasn't very many.
So I think like people weren't as accustomed to seeing them and weren't giving them as much space.
Yeah.
So,
There weren't many athletes with disabilities either.
No.
Up to our left, yeah.
But I heard that they kind of changed the way they do that.
Oh.
That like to start up front is like a different qualification. If it's like blind, then you just start in the crowd that you started. I could be wrong.
But they wait over to the side, right? Those people wait because there's the groups that wait over to the side that don't.
I don't
No,
know.
they'll have a guide.
Yeah.
Just wherever they go.
Because there's two groups, right? There's the Royal Disney.
Right.
There's the Royal Disney.
Yeah.
That's separate.
And then there's the
to our left.
Then there's the athletes with. I don't know if that's all the athletes.
I wouldn't expect it to be.
No, because we see them.
Hardly any. That's what I mean.
We see them in a lot of different corrals.
And I know last year at some point, maybe it's for Marathon Weekend, there was a lot of noise online about Disney changing how they do that because they used to start between B and C.
Okay.
That's what I thought. They had a set start between corrals. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it was between A and B or whatever. And it sounded like they may have stopped doing that or limited who they do that for.
So do they feed from the left in various, like they're assigned a group and then they just...
I have no idea. I've never witnessed it happen.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like they come in somewhere, but...
I mean, I'm glad that they have something that they do.
Yeah.
Because most races don't.
No, I don't think they do. I mean, obviously there's people that really get a lot out of that.
Oh, yeah.
One of the people who started the DLS group is now in the Roll Disney group. And his goal was to finish the half today before we started the half. And he was able to do that. Yeah. He was very happy with that.
I'm sure. Probably very fast. Those are quite athletic people in the roll, in the chairs. I mean, I can't imagine.
I can't imagine doing that with my arms. I'm like, it's like cycling with your hands.
It's like cycling with your hands. Yeah. I mean, I know you train for it, so everybody's training for it, and so you would be. But I just picture myself in it, and then like first turn, I would, because turning that bike is not easy either, right?
No,
because you have to.
No.
I think you have to back and lift to.
It's impressive.
Yeah. It is.
Because it's not got a steering. You know what I mean? It's not like a bike. It is. It is a one directional.
All right. So from where you started.
Yep.
What did you see on the race today?
Well, we start at the very back. We hang out with the balloon ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And we're friends with the balloon ladies.
Very, very evil.
That's what I've heard.
They're evil. They're lovely. They hang out with us. And we basically start at the same time they do. The beginning is just a scrum. It's for us because everybody's in front of us, and they do chop up, the corrals into certain waves. But for the first probably mile and a half, it's just you're either going side by, from one side to the other, or you're running on the grass if you're trying to run. It's just a lot. It's very crowded. But one of the things we do, we'll send rabbits up ahead. We'll send people up ahead to the character stops, and then others will sort of glom on, and we'll have group photos. And we tell the people behind us, this is a group photo. It takes about the same amount of time as, just one photo. So you can take advantage of that. And I did a couple of those today, and then sort of I think I stopped at Remy in France because Remy decided it was time to take a break, and I was standing there for I gave him 30 seconds and he didn't come back. So then that was, I think, my last. I had one after that because there was another villain, and that's the nickname we have for each other, who was waiting online, and she saw me and she's like, come over with me. And that was the Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
yeah. I loved
that. Was good.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
So we do that to try to get as much from people who want to do characters.
That's nice.
But it's a very different experience from you guys because there's so many people in front of us. Just constantly, everybody in the race is in front of us. And so it's constant weaving, and when when the course compresses, you're down to walking fast if you're lucky. When it opens up, it's great because then you can weave around. So there are some people who will do the whole race in groups, like I did that with the 5K, or they'll do part of the race in groups and then one will take off. It's a very collegial kind of thing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What's your normal, not normal, but what's your bib? Is it B or C? Is it like based on proof of time? Do you care about proof of time?
I do a little bit, just,
So
today, the half for the challenge, I was a B.
Okay.
But I've been a C or a D, and obviously when I just started out, it was G or whatever. So, but we get people who are A's all the way through, and they just do it because they like it. We hang out, we get a picture way in the back. Everybody in the group. People will bring bracelets and food and things like that, and
it just goes to like the many things you do at Run Disney that is collegial. I mean, that's a collegial thing. I think those of us that run in the front in A.
Yes. It's a different type of collegial.
It's different. It's very different because that's a very big group.
Yes.
And ours is a very small group.
Right.
But it's still, I think it's kind of a Run Disney thing. It's what makes Run Disney very special because there's multiple runs per year.
Yeah.
Where a lot of these runs are only once per year, right?
Right. Well, and I think one of the other things, because last year there was 6 run weekends, right? And a lot of people do more than one a year.
Yeah.
But you start to see, even if you're not like friendly with them, you start to see the same people.
Yeah.
I had someone come up to me in picture line this morning. They're like, how many of these do you do? I'm like, I do all the East Coast ones. And she says, I've seen you at so many races over the last 3 years.
Yep.
She's like, we had a perfect year last year. I'm like, yeah. Which ones did you do? Did you do just East? Did you do West? Did you do all of them? And like, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, that's what makes Disney special. There's 4 or 6 races, however we want to say it, right? Races per year where you have the chance to get together with whatever your group is. Where if you are in, pick another race, there just isn't that many.
And we've sort of branched off a little bit. There's a spreadsheet we keep where you can list a race and who's going to be there. So outside of Disney, we'll know that.
So you can do if you
in New York, we know that there's going to be X number of people from the group who are going to be there. So if you want to go cheer them on, if you're going to be there at the same time or something like that, it's kind of fun because it kind of keeps the connections going.
In my other life in triathlon.
Oh, okay. The other life.
That, I think that's one of the things that attract people to teams. Is that same thing is like, you're out on the course and suddenly someone is either in the same kit you're in or someone you don't know is cheering for you because you're on the same team. Right. Or you do know them. Right. And I think I don't see as much of that in like running. And so like doing these kinds of things, I think kind of you get to a similar spot. And I think it's pretty cool.
It is. It's very cool.
And we have jerseys that people make up with the logo. Again, the nickname is the Villains, and it's Villains jerseys and colors and buttons and all this other stuff.
Is there more than one squad, or is it just the Villains?
Just the Villains.
And how many people? I'm curious. Because let's say at Run Disney, how many are there? Like 100?
There's a Facebook group where there's about 350.
Okay,
but
that's a lot.
At any given race, there's going to be much less because not everybody goes to every race, and not everybody, like for the 5K, a lot of people who might want to DLS a race aren't going to DLS a 5K because what you feel about 5Ks.
Exactly. I heard I heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's true, but it seems like it probably is. That there was someone on the 5K that timed like 2 hours and 40 minutes out on the course. I'm like, you kind of have to try to be out there.
You have to sit down, don't you?
Take a nap.
Well, but like if
I was
really was
an hour, easily an hour and a half, but that was because we were just taking our time and getting all the picture opportunities.
Hey, exactly. Like think about it.
But that was a dead last
start, and we also knew that they weren't going to kick us out. Yeah. And we had like the guys on the bicycles, and we were chatting with them, and they were like right up behind us for much of the race.
So there's a big difference. What was it, 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
and that's I don't think I was out that long.
Well, but if they started in the A crowd and finished,
I guess
you guys, they could have gotten
this saunter through the thing.
Yeah, maybe that's what they were trying.
Yeah,
go as slow as possible.
Go as slow as possible to finish with the last person to cross the finish, or the first person to start and the last person to finish.
I mean,
You have to try.
That could be a thing, but yeah.
That could be a thing.
but I'll be honest, like today, there was a point where, I mean, I always find this funny. I've talked about this in the past. Every race has that point where you're like, are we done yet? Right? Like on a marathon, for most people, it's like 18, 19, 20, right? Somewhere in there.
It's 13 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
To do that again?
On a 5K, it's like mile 2.
Mhm.
It's, a little bit past mile 2. You're like, all right. Oh, you still have like 2K left. Can we be done? And, on the half marathon, like somewhere around like mile 10, it's like, all right, we still have 5K left. Come on. Can we just like fast forward? And then, we're coming. Oh, I know where it was. So we're out on the highway, about to do that last on ramp to kind of come back in the long approach
Right.
to
Go to Epcot.
So it was probably like right after mile 9, or is either right before or right after marker 9. Probably right before, because I think I was like under the bridge when I had this off. And the thing that went through my mind is like, I looked at my watch. I'm like, I could like tiny hop the rest of the way and still finish in front of the blue line.
That's what I think sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to just walk.
I was going to say, you could walk and still be fine.
I would still walk and I would be fine.
And back from where I am, there are a lot of people who are walking.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I would say the majority of the people
I'm curious
are probably walking.
if you ran as fast as you absolutely could for as long as you absolutely could, which I don't know. That's probably, for me, that's like 4 or 5 miles probably, right? And I would, be done like, and then walked from there. Because you could still walk at a fairly decent clip.
Yeah.
What would your finish time be?
I used to walk the races. When I walked the races, my minutes per mile were usually between 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Because like if you come from running really fast, you're still going to walk really fast.
Yeah.
You're still going to walk really fast.
So it's not, it's very doable.
Yeah. I just don't know if your time would be, it's going to be over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think through your problem here, because I'm like, 10K is like the limit where I can like just like
you're sprinting.
Go.
Right? You know what I mean? You're not sprinting, but you know what I mean.
You're going.
You are going
pretty much all out.
Full throttle
For the whole time.
Yeah, you're in like high zone 4, zone 5, zone 6.
Yeah.
Right. Like 10K is probably my limit to stick in there, which would be like 42.
Which is halfway.
Right. It'd be like 42 minutes, but then like
that's fast.
But then
that
like
smoking fast.
But then like walk the next
another 10K.
Yeah. But I'm like, now I'm thinking like, okay, well, what would my walk pace be?
I think your walk pace would still be pretty
I think
fast.
It'd be pretty
your body is warm.
Yeah,
to
but
that.
I'm thinking like,
Probably even drink some Powerade.
like
don't get crazy.
So like I'm one of those people that like I don't do walk run, but
I don't do walk.
But I do walk, and like half mile, whatever. It's like walk for 2 reflectors and then move on, like just enough to get a tiny bit of recovery. And I'm like, but my walk pace for those 2 reflectors is like 21 minutes per mile, but it's only for 25 yards.
Right.
I think that's because you're trying to catch the breath.
It's usually because of
it's your heart rate.
Yeah,
it's your breath or your heart rate. Like when I am, maybe I'm pushing too hard, I will stop at a character, and I find just because the character lines aren't always that long for us.
No.
So just to have 1 or 2 people, my heart rate recovers, and I feel like I have so much.
Even if there's
energy.
no one, and it's just like that stop photo go, like that 9
break.
Seconds is enough to pull it down.
That break totally changes.
Most of the time on a shorter run, like on the 5K, I stopped to walk twice. Both times was because I could not breathe. The humidity was so much in my lungs that when I crossed the finish line and stopped, I was coughing like stuff
coming out
for a couple of minutes. They're like, "Do you need medical?" I'm like, "No, it's okay."
You had your inhaler.
It's asthma. Yeah, although I tossed it at the bag top at the toss at like mile 1 because it was like chafing my other leg through my pocket.
Okay,
I'm like,
Chase threw my medicine. Now you didn't drink or eat, but I threw my life-saving medication. So I'm going to chastise.
Man,
Yeah.
And yes, I will.
Do you get to that point swimming and biking where you're like, okay, when is this over? Like for every discipline, do you feel that way?
For sure. Yeah, like in a full IM, in a swim, like when you reach the halfway point, so like in a marathon, when I reached the 13.1 mark, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like, it doesn't really like hit until like 19, 20, 21. On a swim, it's like I reached the halfway mark and I'm like, man, I have to do that all over again.
Yeah.
But so in an Ironman, would you say like you like biking? I think you like biking.
Of the three disciplines, it's my strongest.
You like the best.
Yeah.
You like that the best. Probably followed by running.
Probably when I'm not injured. Yeah.
Okay.
But
and then swimming is like
But the last year, like because my run has been so painful with the hamstring thing, like I've gotten to enjoy the swim a lot more. So
I'm just curious.
Doesn't mean I got faster.
You know what I mean?
Like
you said like in a
less.
marathon, you're like at 20 on
So-
doldrums.
So the bike for me is different. In a full IM, it's like mile 40 through 60.
Okay.
It's 112?
It's 112. Like mile 40 through 60 is when I'm sitting there like, so at that point you've been on the bike roughly 2 hours.
Ooh.
That's when it's like my butt, and I don't mean my butt hurts. My shoulders hurt from being an arrow for this long. Why am I doing this? I hate my sport.
Exactly.
And then
I know that.
that'll last for like 10 miles. So like 20-ish minutes,
Yes.
right? 20 to 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's fine. And then the last 30 miles, it's like, yeah, we're almost there. And like, you'll actually see my power. The last 30 miles of an IM is almost always higher than the 80 miles before.
How do you train
With the bike?
No. This is like in general. This is a general question. And this has nothing to do with this has nothing to do with Disney.
Yeah, I gather.
But how do you train for having that burst of energy like the last 2 miles? Do you know what I mean? Because
I don't know that
I
you
feel
can-
like
I don't know that
sometimes
you
I have
can.
left it all on the course, and I see people hauling at the last couple miles, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I just have to keep my pace because if I don't have anything left in the
So
tank.
this is one of the reasons why, so like over the last 30 years, there's been a lot of different approaches to training, especially on the run, right? Right now, we spend a lot of our time in zone 2 because the current thinking is by spending more time in zone 2, we're building cardiovascular capacity, or, building the body's ability to have those energy stores.
Mhm.
Where if we only train at higher zones, we're just always using energy and we never have the chance to like build it up and to teach the body how to store without getting fat. So by spending like that roughly 80% of our training in the lower zones, right, we're teaching our body the endurance.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you do have like your long runs, right, we have long runs in our diet.
Yeah.
That's teaching us, especially at the lower zones, because for me personally, like a zone 2 run is harder than a zone 4 run.
Well, because it's so long.
I mean, that's what Sharon learned today, right?
Yeah.
Because she's like in zone 1, 2.
Yeah.
It can be harder. And like for me, like go out and run for 3 hours in zone 2. It's like harder than going out and running, almost a marathon.
Yeah.
But there's the mental, because like mentally it's harder. My body hurts more.
And so
It's
do you
weird.
do you plan? I'm sorry, I'm just curious because I'm more novice at this or not as trained. So do you like plan your run? So like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to set this many miles for my run and I'm going to take this long? Or are you just like, I'm thinking I'm going to run a little bit slower?
So
today?
I follow a prescribed plan.
Okay.
And
You're much more precise.
I follow a prescribed plan. All of my runs will follow one of a rather small number of patterns. So like if it's zone 2 heart rate, it's going to be based on time.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's zone 2 pace, it could be time or distance.
Yeah.
And then you have like all the normal like speed work and everything on top of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Do you do that for the bike and swim too?
Yes.
So you're prescribed, if your prescribed training plan kind of builds all that together.
Yeah.
It has to. I mean, I know it has to. I'm just sorry. Some people just kind of run casually.
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
And I was saying my son when he just did well in Chicago, we're really training.
Yeah.
And he's like, his easy pace has just gradually
that's the
increased.
thing.
Doing I think they say 80% of your runs should be at that easy pace, but that has increased because he's done it more. And like Jill said, building that base.
And that's like one of the hard things for an athlete who is either new to the sport or new to this type of training is it will feel slow, and it will feel slow for a long time. But once you start approaching like 4, 5, 6 months, then you see that like, hey, I'm having trouble getting my heart rate into zone 2.
Yeah.
Because my pace has already increased. So like my heart rate zone 2 when I'm running at home, which is I run trails at home, like paved trails, which is largely flattish. So like my zone 2, if it's under a 2-hour run, my zone 2 heart rate is going to be around a 9 to 10 minute mile.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But my zone 2 pace is an 8-minute mile.
Okay.
So like, because your zone 2 pace is based off of your threshold pace.
Okay.
Right. Versus your heart rate.
Versus your heart rate.
So they're going to be similar, but they're not always going to be the same. It's the same thing on the bike. Like zone 2 heart rate's the same heart rate, but sometimes a zone 2 on the bike, it's the opposite. Sometimes a zone 2 heart rate is actually harder than a zone 2 pace.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like everyone's different. I have a hard time getting my heart rate elevated on the bike. Whereas on the run, I go out and it climbs much easier.
Much more.
But running is a much more impactful sport. Yeah. It's full body instead of just your legs.
But that's just one of the ways to take, I think, your running to the next level. Or any sport to the next level is more.
What is like?
Sure, I'm going to call it discipline in your training, but it is.
Well, I mean, obviously, all of us have some natural ability. You're in the A crowd, buddy. You have some natural ability, but ad hoc training is going to lead to ad hoc results. The more you take a intentional approach to your training, the more your outcomes become predictable.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Which is why we should hire coaches. I happen to know where one can be found.
You have a list of eligible coaches.
I do. You can find them at www.befiercemultisport.com. All right. So, anyways, wrapping this back up, like it's a good segue onto training because
No, it is because I always feel like, well, maybe this is too much to say. I don't know that everybody at a Run Disney is as trained as other events, right? Like you've done Chicago.
I mean,
you're trained very differently than many people at a Run Disney. And so it's important to.
I think the internet has done a good job of telling people that they should be doing some training. Mm-hmm. I think there's more so than like an Abbott Majors, right?
Yeah.
There's a higher percentage of people who either don't train or don't take it as seriously as they could or should, right? And you see that with the number of people that get swept up as a percentage.
As a percentage of most races, right?
Right. Like most races, it's like 3 to 5%. I've heard anecdotally at Disney, it's like 15%. And that's inclusive of people who were injured and crossed the start line so they could get their commemorative medal.
Yeah.
You know, so which is like, that's fine. It's a very expensive souvenir. So
yeah.
These races aren't cheap. I always thought Run Disney was cheap, and then I met Ironman.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Relative.
It's like the first time you sign up for a full IM, you're like, I'm sorry, what did that cost?
Well, plus all the stuff training, like your bike, the kits you said alone.
Oh, yeah. It does. It's a much more expensive sport. I mean, that's one thing I like about running is it's a very accessible sport.
Yeah.
It's like,
there's spectrum. It's in a spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a new runner and you just want to get a pair of shoes and go out and start, it's very easy to start.
It's just like anything else, right? If you're at the pointy end of the sport, it's an expensive sport, right? Like a day and age when like the high end super shoes last a single marathon, right? At $500-$600 a pop for like the really prototypey ones versus like, a casual runner or an enthusiast, maybe you're buying a pair of $150 shoes every 6 months.
Yep.
Right. But not everybody can afford that. But I mean, running something you can do in basically any pair of tennis shoes.
Any shoes.
You don't need the best shoes. You need a pair of shoes.
You need a pair of shoes and you need a track unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
That said, my daughter did run a 5K in Chucks, and that was a predictable fiasco.
Oh man, I can't imagine.
I was going to say.
Feet hurt for about a week. She learned a very important lesson, which is when you're exiting the house to go to a race, pay attention to what's on your feet. Lessons that all children need to learn. Some just insist on taking a more difficult route to the answer than others, or more painful. All right. So we're all going to be back for Dopey. You did get a bib.
I have a bib.
Yeah.
After you ignored the emails to register, you did find a bib.
After I ignored the emails to register for that and Springtime Surprise. I have bibs for both.
I mean, that's awesome. I also ignored the one for Disneyland. And after seeing the new Coast to Coast medal, I'm very much regretting that. And I've not been able to find a Dumbo bib that is at a price I'm willing to pay.
Like you said, very expensive souvenir.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, and that one, like if you live on the coasts, I mean, doing Dumbo or Dopey to Dumbo, like traveling to Florida for a week, then and it's harder. Personally, I feel like it's harder than it was 2 years ago because they were like back to back.
Yeah.
And
now you have
it like a weekend or 2 weeks apart. And it's like a weekend or 2 weekends apart.
Yeah.
And you go and, go home for like a week.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get to fly to California, which isn't the cheapest from the East Coast.
No.
It's not the cheapest.
It was not the cheapest.
I think like in the sport of running, getting addicted to Disney might be the most expensive.
Most expensive? That is going to be expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive.
Yes. Even the 5Ks have gotten expensive.
5Ks are expensive?
Is it raining?
Yes.
All right.
It's expensive running, and then you have to obviously get Club Run Disney's.
Oh, don't tell other people that. It might be more competition.
Yes.
No.
Not if you're already in it.
They don't open it up all the time.
It's once a year. I think it gets a bad rap. I'm a charter member. I joined when it was first offered because I was an AP. And when we found out that like the AP early reg was going away, I was like, all right, I got to buy this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I did. But I think it gets a bad rap because of the corral.
Oh, the corral.
The corral bump for the platinum. It's like I've seen like on like the Facebook groups that platinum gets blamed for like everything wrong with Run Disney. I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, I think Brian published a metric that's like 0.1% of the field is like Club Run Disney. I don't think that 0.1% is ruining the corral placements of people.
I think there's probably a very significant portion, like you said, that has proof of times that are greater than B, that are B or greater.
Well, I was talking to someone about this the other day because like most of the people I know personally that have platinum also have proof of time.
Yeah.
But the person I was talking to said, Jill, you're the only person I know who's platinum with proof of time. So I'm like, both of our views are biased. Like, I'm like, mine's
incomplete sets.
I'm like, okay, well, mine's biased because of the people I hang out with.
Yeah.
But hers was also.
Well, I mean, I have gold, but I will have platinum. Right? Tony has platinum.
Right. Tony has platinum.
And we have all times that would dance in A anyway.
Well, that's when.
Yeah.
Well,
so we don't skew it.
Right.
And
whereas like the platinum without proof of time would be placed in B.
Would all be placed in B.
Right.
So there's a bigger.
But the argument is that like people who would otherwise be in B are not C.
Okay.
And
they bumped them.
No.
And because each of the corrals
But that's
have a
so
fixed
small.
number of
That
people
is so
in it.
small. I mean, how many people are in platinum on Disney? Do you have any idea?
I've
Numbers?
heard anecdotally it's like 400 people.
So I mean, 400 people. What were they running? 15,000.
Seems
How
like
many are
11
in
to
a corral?
15,000 depending on the
Or
race.
moving, and
Yeah.
probably moved 380 with the maximum moves 300 up and displaced 300 people.
I doubt it's even that.
I know it's not.
Because
But
looking around in the A corral this morning, I'm like, and the bibs have the Club Run Disney thing on it, but it doesn't differentiate between levels.
Yeah.
But there's like in A, you see a lot of the Club Run Disney on it. And, it's like you have to have proof of time to be an A. Like there's no
Have
bump to A. The only bump is to B. And so just like looking at that, I'm like, these are all Club Run Disney people platinum, gold, silver, whatever, who have that proof of time. But I also know like people who bought into platinum just for that benefit as well.
I don't blame them.
So hey, if I'd otherwise be in G, I would.
I would be like desperate. I mean, if you want to see the characters, right? And it is easier to see the characters.
It is, but like the flip side of that is the lines for B are going to be longer to start with. And if you are like, if you would normally be in like one of the later corrals, then maybe you get a shorter line than you otherwise would at the first character, maybe the second. By the time you're at like the 5K mark,
it doesn't matter.
You've already fallen behind anyways.
Yeah.
But you got the extra almost hour before the balloon ladies.
Yeah.
Which I think is what is appealing to some people. But anyways, so Dopey.
Yes.
Dopey.
Yep.
Not Dopey. I mean, I will be running, but only the half and 10K, I think.
Not the full.
Not the full.
Not the full.
I've not done a full yet.
Why not?
I'm going to do a full. I've decided.
Well, Dopey is a great time to do that.
Well, I decided it like 2 weeks ago. So.
Okay.
I think he decided after the kids and I did Chicago.
After all these villains did.
I don't know. You might still be able to get a Dopey.
Okay, I could look. I'll look.
I'll have to tell you who I got because I paid only $300 over.
Right.
Oh, that's not bad.
But you already have 2. I mean, you already paid for 2.
Oh, right. You already paid for 2 of the ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's kind of
Yeah.
But what you can do is if you already have it, you can ask. You can call.
Oh, I've done that. I've gotten credit.
you get credit for the other ones.
They take a fee, but they give you they give you credit.
I will send it to you. It was Scott something or other, and I was like, "Well, this is kind of random." And emailed me the first time the link didn't work. I was like, "Oh, paid $1,000."
See that was the reason why like I haven't pulled on the Disneyland race is a couple $100 over the
$300
over the face value of the bib. I'm like that's great, but not when it's like $1,000 or $2,000 over. I'm like, yeah.
No, there's no point in that. I was just so pleased because I'd looked at some like wildlife. This is kind of like a cancer research, and it's like I don't know how many bibs they get. But it wasn't a big operation. Like I went to their website. I was like, this is like they got no money stuff.
Right.
But seems worthwhile.
Yeah.
All right.
But I do feel like maybe I should explain that I came straight from the run today. And that's why I'm dressed this way, because it was a costume.
You should probably stand up
in honor of the theme was Lady and the Tramp, and I was going as the table from the restaurant where they ate. So that was my riff on.
You look like an excellent table.
Yeah,
with strategically placed plates.
Well, it's also interactive. If anybody wants to participate.
What are those, shoelaces?
Yes, I tied some shoelaces in there.
And real spaghetti.
And yes, this is fake spaghetti that you get on Amazon and fake meatballs and a lot of glue.
And a lot of glue.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it looks like it's shellacked down.
Yeah.
And is it spray painted with something to make it look like it has cheese on it? Like it's got
no, that's what happened when I spray painted. I got some spray paint glue and it glommed on there, and it does look like. It looks like Parmesan.
Better. Yeah, I was like, wow, you like eating it.
I was happy with that.
Yeah,
it took some work, and this is a tablecloth, and it's the same pattern as in the movie. You're speechless. I can tell.
I'm speechless.
She's ready to go to dinner.
Speechless. Yes. I'm hungry now.
And I'm just missing my breadstick.
I wish Tony was here.
I was just going to say, damn it, Tony's going to regret this.
Yes, he's going to regret this. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up. I think I have a job in front of me to edit this. But thank you guys for joining me. I know, like we were chatting, or like, hey, yeah, let's do something together in person while we're all here, instead of poorly lit images on a computer screen, right? And I'm so glad we were able to make it work.
Thanks for having us.
All right. For our listeners, I hope this was useful. Please like, subscribe, whatever social media platform you're viewing this on, and I'll see you next time.
Extra value meals are back. That means 10 tender, juicy McNuggets and medium fries and a drink are just $8. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.